Globally, there are over 7 structural failures every single day. Can AI help? G'day. Think about the buildings and structures around us. The houses we live in, the offices we work in, the roads we use, the bridges that we cross, even the runways that we use to get around the country. Here in the United States, over 40% of those, if inspected, would require immediate remedial action. 80% of the structures are over 20 years old. And globally, there are 7 structural failures every single day. I was lucky enough to be introduced to a company called Cone Labs. This company looks to address this problem, the problem of inspecting buildings and structures to determine if they need remedial action. Currently, the solution to inspecting buildings is done manually with ropes and harnesses and people getting up close to the building to manually inspect and take photos. This is obviously a safety issue. It's very time consuming and therefore expensive, and therefore inspections don't get done. Cone Labs has a solution that takes high resolution images, and using AI models it detects cracks, rust and spoils. This is down to the sub-millimeter level. It's not just your typical real estate walkthrough. This is a specifically trained model that looks for those defects. Now, this has 2 main advantages. One, it keeps their workers on the ground and safe, improving safety by over 100%. And secondly, it reduces the monotonous nature of doing this type of work and the possibility of human error by swapping out human with machine detection techniques. Obviously, the economic benefits are enormous. Swapping out human labor and being able to quickly use almost real-time data to collect that information and produce results. So how does it work? Well, Cone Labs is a software AI company. And the software part is collecting all those images and stitching them together into a photorealistic fly-through or 3D model of the structure. Then the AI goes to work and detects those defects. They've trained their model on 1.5 million images, and this they call their moat. In other words, their protection from competition as they try to establish themselves as a leader in the field. Importantly, they're a software AI company. They have no involvement in the hardware. So the customer or a third party would use a drone, cameras, robots, or even human operators to collect all that image data. Their part to play is in the structuring of the 3D model and running the AI on that model to bring out the defects. I found Cone Labs to be one of the most compelling presentations at the 2-day conference. And in fact, the judges agreed with me and actually selected them as the winner of that pitch competition. There's 3 things I really like about what they're doing. One, they're collecting data from the real world using AI and AI vision technologies. They're creating a large data set and an AI model which is trained on that for a very specific niche. And thirdly is their way of presenting that data so that it's digestible and usable. I think it's these 3 things that really create the value. It's so disruptive. AI is disruptive, and they're really using all aspects of this disruption to create value and really solve a problem, a very serious problem that's happening and getting worse over time. If you have any questions or comments, have any ideas for new videos, please leave them in the descriptions below. We're always happy to cover things around AI and AI vision technologies. And so you don't miss out on any of our content, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on all notifications. I hope that helps, and thanks for watching.